there's many aspects to this show. It all starts with the music. So
Most definitely.
we're going to bring in Keith Harris, a musical director, who you guys brought in for this show to completely rescore this show live. Keith, are you on?
That I am. What's up, fellas? Boom, 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 horns.
That was a magnificent intro.
Keith Harris.
What's up, guys?
Had to do
What's
it.
up? What's up, man?
Let me ask you a little bit about this show, because we have a visual perspective of it. Obviously, you got a completely different view on it. What was your view from your perspective of the music?
Well, from my original, perspective, given to me from the guys, Rich and Tone, they wanted to have it be cinematic, and that's all they had to say. They wanted it to feel epic. They want each section of the show to be its own movie piece, and to treat the actual soundscape of the show as if we were scoring a movie. And they didn't have to say no more after that, because from the intro to the show to the transitions of the show, everything just screams movie trailers, very specific scenes in movies. Once I saw the visuals of what you guys were doing, it just helped me to just take it to a whole nother level and get the music where it needs to be.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
If you take like the cinematic section in and of itself, like it's for the first 4 songs, is it 4 or 5 songs? It doesn't stop.
From them talking to me, just saying they wanted the show and the music to have no dead space, no dead air. It is a seamless weaving of music from different genres, different styles, and even different types of orchestration to seamlessly go together and to, like you said, match you guys' content, which was out of this world. I think for my work, I've never worked with anything that looked that visually stunning, from the front of the show with the content to the lights and the lasers. Everybody I talked to, and even as recent as a couple days ago, one of the guys that used to manage Fifth Harmony, he was like, man, I went on your IG page and I saw that intro for the Backstreet Boys show. Man, that show was amazing. Like, nobody is touching that show, man. That show is crazy. Nobody's touching that.
That's what's up, man. You came with it, man. Like, and what you brought to the whole show was just magical. The music is the Bible, and we're affected by it. So, first and foremost, that had to be amazing. If the music isn't amazing, then everything else just, it's whatever.
Working with the catalog. I mean, the catalog, all those hits alone, them songs speak for themselves. So from my perspective, it wasn't too much that had to be done because the song is just strong anyway.
Right.
But, like you said, when you guys added the content and the visuals and what you wanted to do and the overall vision of the show, then that just took it to a whole nother level. And just, on my side of things, just having the band that I had to record, I couldn't do it without those guys, man. And they helped bring the vision to the forefront.
The catalog, I mean, you took it to another level, but you kept the heart and the soul of those songs there.
Yeah.
Which is a hard thing to do, because, I mean, we've all been to live shows where you're like,
what song is that?
Recognize the song.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a big thing for me. Being a music consumer and then being a person who makes the music to consume. It's like, I don't ever want to go to a show where I can't vibe with the song that I really originally liked. A lot of times music take people to certain places of nostalgia. So, back in the 90s, man, I was in high school listening in the car, and then I heard one of the Backstreet Boys songs. So you kind of want people to go back and feel those feelings again, and not make it too foreign or alien that they can't connect like they did, So that's what I say. I just try to find that happy medium between nostalgia and being current and being excited. And I just appreciate the attention to detail that you guys work with.
It all starts with trust and respect, right?
Yep.
Everybody on this call, me and my brother, highly respect, because not only that we put in work with you guys in the past, but also you guys have a really great idea of not only how to listen, but how to interpret somebody's notes, but also make it your own. When you have somebody like you know, like the Backstreet Boys' legacy. I mean, that shit is like they're the biggest boy band of all time. That comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Right. But with that, you know there was going to be challenges, you know, along the road of creating this show. And I think that's what made us create our best possible product for this particular show, is because we had that weight on our shoulders.
Yeah.
As we had, you know, we had the Michael Jackson of boy band groups in the palm of our hands. And basically we were looking at each other like, okay, what the fuck are we gonna do with this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that pressure
Say
created
that again.
challenges, and it created and it equated to some of the best product for the boys, right? Because we work with all sorts of people, right?
Yeah.
But for this particular group, do it in a way where we're not disrespecting these guys, but also we want to put out some shit, man, that we feel that's 100 times dope. We lived with these guys' catalog for many years, right? You know, it's a dream come true to finally get that catalog in our grasp and actually do what we feel like is right for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a dream come true, but that shit is not easy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll give you an example. Like what you did, like the intro to the show, that opening sequence of music with the content.
Crazy.
I will say, and I speak to a lot of people about this that have seen the show.
It's vicious.
They say that shit
Epic.
is the most epic, like fucking 5 to 7 minutes ever at any show that's on the road right at this point in time.
Listen,
And
I ain't never been to no show that had an intro like that.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just music and content.
Shit is ridiculous.
Right? With a little sprinkle of lighting.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a testament of everybody's hard work. And you already know from seeing that piece, it tells the story.
Yeah.
Of what you're about to see for the next hour and 45, 47 minutes. I get goosebumps every time I watch that shit, man. Live.
Yeah.
Every time, man. Never fails.
I've been doing this pretty a nice amount of time, and I've never worked on anything with that amount of precision and attention to detail by everything in the show. Nothing was done with detail.
Hey man, like for real, man. Like putting this tour together, man, was fun. Like I had so much fun putting this together, man. Like hands down, man. Like I wish every project was like this.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I totally agree.
We're gonna push on. We're gonna let you go, man. Thank you so much for jumping on.
My pleasure, man. Thanks,
and thank you, Keith.
Pleasure. Thanks for having
Appreciate
me,
it.
man.
Other
And
Keith.
please, all of y'all, stay safe with your families, and I can't wait for a social gathering at some point.
Yeah, man. We
haven't
need
had
it, boy.
that yet, man. We all came back.
I know, right?
We haven't got together yet.
I was supposed to come to the Anaheim show, but that didn't work. So, but you know, after all this blow over, man, we definitely gonna have a celebratory drink.
Let's do it.
Most definitely, man. Let's get that in the books, man. For
Let's
sure.
do
Yes,
it.
sir. Enjoy
Thanks,
it.
Keith. You killed it,
All
man.
right. Thanks for having me,
Thanks,
man.
Keith.
I'm glad to be a part of the team. Can't wait for, looking forward to the next one.
Hey,
What's up, brother?
So Rich and Tone, I just looked out at Rich and he's hovering above the Golden Gate Bridge again.
yeah, he flew back. Man, hey, how can you can't fly, man? It's quarantine, man.
Anyway.
All right. So what's next?
Backing up to the beginning, right? So we went through many designs of this stage. And for various reasons it changed, right? So this is probably maybe 3 versions before we actually locked the design, but this is not far from it. What are you guys thinking of when we're designing a stage for these guys, knowing that this is going to be a 90-minute or 85-minute show or whatever you design? Like, what are you thinking of when we're designing these stages together?
With the element of not having a band, it is how do you stage the show, and where do you see them at for about 75 to 90 minutes? I think it starts there right away before you can even think about anything, because of course you can think about a bunch of bells and whistles. But how's the bells and whistles going to make sense with the staging? and what type of story you're trying to tell, especially with it having choreography. That's first and foremost. After that, how do you see the music portrayed visually? And then you add levels to it from that perspective. What are the lights, and how do they affect the whole scene?
These guys have dancers in the past. We always thought to ourselves is, what did they do before they had dancers, right? It was just the 5 of them. And that's how they blew up, was just the 5. So when we were developing the original concept of this tour creatively, we were like, you know what? Let's strip it all the way back down just to the 5. When you strip all of it back from no band, no dancers, so on and so forth, you know, we always wanted to make sure that the stage was balanced. We always made sure that the staging was always incorporated into it at the same time. So that's why we had the diamond shape thrust. You know, we just didn't have a regular thrust that led out to a B stage. You can always appreciate them when they're closer together. But when they're spread out and when you cut dancers out, then that's when you really need to think about your stage design. As a director, you know, you got to, you know, in order to do that job really well, you have to appreciate every layer of putting a live show together, right? And that's including the vocals, right? And especially as this is a 5-part harmony group.
Yeah.
5-part harmony is rare. Let's just say that. Okay. So when you're dealing with a group like that and they all sing live, they do not lip sync, right? So you have to be very, very careful on how you stage these guys, because there's certain songs that they cannot be like, you know, 20 feet apart from each other. They have to be like 2 or 3 feet close to each other. We respect that because we were raised with groups that had 5-part harmonies. We still listen to groups like that from back in the day, right? And that shit that's a true art form, man. And usually when you see them sing, they sing together. They're not 20 feet apart from each other. So when we're doing an epic show like this, a huge pop show like this, where it deals with a big stage, right? We had to really, really be careful on how we design it and how we stage it. Staging, most importantly, because they sing live.
How was it for y'all, man? How was the process for y'all, man, working on this, man?
I mean, for us, we approach every project almost identically. It doesn't matter the canvas we work on, and we work on a lot of different canvases, right? But for us, it's the same process of creative, design, animatics, renders, tweaks. Like we follow that same process. And working with you guys gave us a vision, but you also gave us the freedom to do what we wanted and put our own spin on it. You guys pushed us when we needed to be pushed, because like I said, we created an hour and a half of content almost for this. Like that's a lot of content.
That is.
Yeah. And at some point we're just like, we're in it so deep that we don't see the creative anymore. We just want to get it. And you guys got to pull us back to the creative process. That you pulled us back enough.
I mean, it was a brutal schedule because we were like, it was like, okay, Thanksgiving, we're approved, go, let's see something, you know, February. And it's like, okay, an hour and a half by February. But you guys came through and you guys were there with us every step of the way. Like, it wasn't like you came in for like 10 minutes and were like, blew everything up and then left and then came back like a month later. No, you were there with us. We were showing you stuff, so we didn't have to render stuff out. And you guys got it like, oh, this is an animatic. I see the direction you're going. Keep going in that direction.
And I really like that process too, man, because
it was amazing, man. Yeah,
being with you guys and watching you guys work really inspired Rich and I to really be on top of our game, because you guys were sitting hours upon hours and with the little details of changing this, changing that, moving this, moving that. Like, you know, we really look. You already know. We can't do what you guys do, right? But it was really awesome to sit back and see the technical part of putting all that stuff together and then see it, the final product, and see how hundreds of thousands of people react to it. Man, that shit is gratifying, man. That shit is huge.
The fact that you guys literally came here every single day for months, and we did this together. That's the only way we could have made this amount of content at this level for this.
Right.
That's the only way.
Expedited the process.
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You put a show together, this is the process you have to go through.